Welcome YouTube. Welcome back to more Captain of Industry, where last time we were very reliant on our population growth. We're still kind of reliant on it, although it's not kicked in at the moment. We nearly had a food shortage. We are kind of in the midst of the throes of the food shortage still, but we are better than we were last time. We're also working on getting copper up and running a little bit better, but the big problem with that is we've now hit the rock that's in the way of copper. Eventually we are going to have to get up here somehow. I'm not exactly sure how we're going to do that, to be perfectly honest. It may be that we need to I don't know, dig through the mountain this way or something, or zigzag our way up, or even ramp up to here and then go up again. Not totally certain, but still, we're on the way. We've also got our rainwater harvesters being gradually built so that we have a better supply of water to our settlement, because we need the supply of water to the settlement, not the food. For the health, we are going to have to start relying on that a lot more than we were, because without it we've just got too much pollution, so we can't survive and keep making things. We're going for the edicts because I want to be able to increase the research efficiency when we actually have research. So what I'll probably end up doing is building up a backlog of research material, and then once we've got that backlog, switch the research efficiency on so that we can actually be more efficient with our research. So let's get going with it though. We're still building this bit out. And do you know what? I'm actually gonna tweak our area. Yeah, we're going to tweak the area. Oh no, we can't tweak the area just yet because actually I suppose we can. It's all because we can put that outside the dumping area for the time being, and then dump there with the normal stuff. So if we do that, just trim that a little bit out and we can start dumping the non-dirt stuff. Which is always good news. It's also going to fill up very quickly because, I mean, there's already the dumping between these two sections is going to be already fairly high anyway. Just kind of pootling along, really. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting because we're filling in the island over here with all this waste. I mean, it's going to use it up, I suppose. Just want to make sure I'm not dumping dirt elsewhere. That's the main thing, because I do want to fill this with forest. But obviously first we need to finish flattening this out to the lower level so that we can dump grass on top of it. Cool. Maintenance is doing fine. We don't need that boosted. Problem we are having is copper. Oh, which is actually a people problem. Interesting to know. Actually, that's bad. You're a 6, you're a 7. 6. I think we need you to be a 5, really. Because for some reason you don't get priority. Right, but that is going to mean that we are making copper again, which is good. Especially now that the maintenance is starting to dip again. Hey, what? Oh no. Alright, whatever. You can be reclaimed. Okay, so you get removed from coal mining. Just to speed it up, I am actually going to assign a second. Assign the other spare one. Because we need to get that coal back up and running fairly sharpish. We're also going to allow another rainwater harvester to be constructed. Okay. Hydrate. Hello there, another nerd. Welcome in. Hydrate. You can tell I'm hydrating by the squeaking. You ideally need these to shuffle whenever possible. which just might not happen. Getting by, but how goes the Captain of Industry? It's going. We've got no copper, which means our maintenance is dropping. We're currently working on getting copper, but we are having a people problem. So we're currently not making copper to get maintenance back up. So we're delicately trying to balance it. But we're trying. We had a bit of a food shortage last time. Couldn't say last then. Which put us very close to being in a spiral of thing. Yeah, we're making copper again. Just had to fiddle with the numbers. The priorities, rather. I'm getting a little concerned, so I'm going to release some of our stuff. So that we can be making, while it's bringing the copper over. It's getting a little close for comfort. But with a store of copper coming in, we should be making progress again. Oh, I forgot to turn off the other things, didn't I? Oh well. I might as well pause you. Right, maintenance is climbing slowly, or starting to turn, at least. Copper is starting to do better. We've got a bit of a build-up, which is good. I'm going to take out this mining designation while we're slightly ahead, so that we can work on the stone. Well, we've got a bit of a backlog of copper in there, at least. Now, we are going to have a bit of a problem with the coal, because that's been digging out dirt for ages. 61 years of that left, which is not a lot. Do we have... We do not. We have 340 out of 480. Still depositing. Iron... Looking okay, actually. We've still got this backlog there. We're definitely making progress again. I think we can store some more for a buffer. Food is building slightly. Water is low. Yeah, but I don't think we can afford to get away with pausing production of food, considering we're already only down to 8 months of food anyway. What can we turn on? We can reduce food consumption by 20%. That'll majorly help. Does that give us a reduction of health or anything, I wonder? Oh, health. Doesn't seem to change it. I think we're good. This is the Turtle Watch speaking. Waz has been spotted, prepared to be amazed. Hello there, Shikaloi. Welcome, welcome. How's it going? It's going well. The Waz Watch. Running low on various bits and pieces, which is to be expected. Right, what's our next goal? Next goal is probably getting research, to be fair. Just kind of blended in with getting everything else going. But I do believe... oh no, not quite. Put that to 10 for now. Right, the other machines are running, so we can put that back up to 180 storage. Hello, Deranged. How's it going? How's it going? How was your stream? I'm dead certain that everyone here already knows you stream, so... but if you didn't, go and check out Deranged. Yeah, maintenance is fine. Coal is dropping steadily, which is not good. We are uncovering coal, though, in them thar hills. I just think it's time to put a standalone mining setup up here for coal, with an ore sorting plant and everything. It might actually be worth it. It was fun. You're not bad. Roll on the weekend. Yeah. Agreed. Roll on the weekend. Like, I need more vehicles, but I also am struggling to make more vehicles. Although, to be fair, we're doing better now than we have been with making more. How many are we up to? 360? You're at 180. You're at 180. I am considering turning on unlimited world mines, if I'm honest. But it might be a bit late, actually. We might not be able to do that. Okay, but we are slowly growing in terms of what we're making. Ooh, that means we can probably do the next... We can probably do the next rainwater collector. Let's get that going. I'm just going to do that one. Save a truck doing a part load. Same with that one. I think we're going to turn on 2 of them. Oh, iron isn't looking so great at the moment, so we're going to go prioritize the iron deposits. Just for a little bit. Maintenance is dropping because the iron is dropping. Which should be being resolved now. How's copper looking? What's that? What? Who's trying to get here? What? How? What? How the flipping heck did you get there? What? Didn't expect that. Let's disconnect that. Oh, for crying out loud. Oh. What? Alright, well, those 4 trucks are now stuck there. Good to know. For now. They're stuck there for now. We'll get to them eventually. Why? Oh. Oh boy. Do you know what? I should have done that a while ago. Need to get to this coal back here, fairly sharpish. Or still being dumped over there. Do you know what? I need to temporarily cut that off. Just while we rescue these. Oh, do you know what else I could do actually? We could rescue them that way. But no, we are struggling with coal. Well, coal is now stuck. Yeah, coal is the problem now. Both of those are made, which is really going to help with our water production. Kind of. Because that's what, 8 constructed? Which is kind of getting close to half of what we need. You know what, before we get to the point where we're negative on maintenance, I'm gonna push some through. While we sort the coal problem out. Just going to push some actual iron through as well. So that's going to keep us afloat a little bit longer. But we do really need to sort out our coal. And honestly, it might have to just be dealing with this up here. Oh, you're actually just done. Right. I see. Oops. I thought you were just waiting for a truck to return. Well, I mean, that will technically assist, but it's still not a huge amount. And our copper is also lacking as it happens, so that is also a bad thing. But at least we have some water. Generates 72 water every time it rains. Which is enough for 2 minutes. To be fair, that will help. Coal is probably going to be a permanent problem. Come on now. Where's all my vehicles to take the... Why aren't they taking the rubbish away? It's annoying. Please don't tell me... Oh, the truck is there as well. Hopefully it's in range of that and can just be dumped into. Yes. There we go. Free. Freedom! You know, we can get rid of all of that. Get rid of that and that. We can change the area. And we can set a dumping zone. And they are going to very rapidly fill that up. And what we need to do now is re-establish that as a dumping zone as well. Good. Are you really... Have you gone and got yourself stuck again? Are you serious? Truth. Fix yourself. God, that's really annoyed me. Okay, let's get all the way back there. Get you back off terraforming. This is an iron problem, which is a coal problem. Which is actually a waste problem, it seems. You prioritize rock, you prioritize rock, you prioritize not that, you prioritize that. Ugh. Vehicles are busy. We are out of maintenance. Which is really annoying. We don't need 8 on coal. We will stick with that, however. Oh wait, terraforming. We don't actually need that to prioritize going to there, really. Still got to catch up a little bit, but we're not too far behind. In terms of maintenance. We're definitely behind, but it could be worse. Hello there, Liam. How many spirals are we on? Lost count. Today, though, we're on a maintenance spiral. We've had a coal spiral, a copper spiral. What else? We've had a mix. We started on a bit of a health spiral. Yeah, the whole thing is a spiral. There's a big temptation for me to just pave all of that. Because they keep driving over it constantly. And the more we have paved, the less maintenance they will use. No full restarts, weirdly. It's just near the precipice of death the whole time. Inky. Not that kind of edging. Mind out of the gutter. Wait, is 84 trucks a lot or a little to you? Oh, it's 84. Well, it's 60. Nice. 69 trucks. In reality. 69. For now a lot, but you're playing on not this map. Ah. To be fair, this is probably quite a compact map, isn't it? Or at least, it's compact in terms of how much space you've got available. I guess. Because there is not much space available to play with. I didn't know they were there then. You're very early on moved to conveyors a lot. Oh, I have had an increase in conveyors, but actually, yeah, I suppose my whole setup is quite spread out, isn't it? I've got copper here, iron kind of based over here, and a kind of a production facility here, which I need to upgrade at some point. When we do the rebuild with steel, when I decide what I'm doing with the steel. Because there is a temptation to stick iron and steel production up here where it's near the coal as well and things like that. Yeah. This is the tsunami button so Waz can reset. Do you think I should reset? Genuinely, do you think I should reset? Because I am struggling. Like, even if it's just to do the different map with, like, the ore mining yield, or the world mine deposits at unlimited, for example. Maybe not have research cost and construction costs or maintenance, or just basically change these costs. Maybe keep some of this stuff, but maybe not have it quite so horrendous. Is it getting... I suppose the big question is it getting boring to watch? Because this is partly for your benefit, partly for mine. No, no, why are you doing that, you stupid digger? You really had to do that, didn't you? Go all the way around just to blooming trap yourself. Why? Why would you do that? You can dig from this side. Oi! You know what? Screw it. You're not getting to dig. Not there anyway. Where are you going? Dig from this side. Good thing. Well, I honestly don't get why you're going all the way around just to dig that. Stop going around. For the love of the game. You're starting the first grid they can get to from the top left, not the closest one, really. Oh, crumbs. Alright, it's back to being copper being the problem. Which is because... you got yourself... stuck. Why? Oh, hang on. Just need to ban a spam bot. Whoop. You're playing on the hard preset, you think, so nowhere close really like the tiling system though. Oh, hello Jaru. Yes. How are you both? How's Jaru doing? When's Jaru going to be back streaming? Because it's been a while from both of you. Right. We're taking out that whole middle section. Come and rescue the other digger that's an idiot, apparently. Why are you ignoring that bit? Joe is sick right now. Streaming for her is far out, if at all. Ah, fair enough. Well, I hope it's... I hope it's recoverable. As in the health, generally. You will be back once your space downstairs is done. Well, I think you should get your space downstairs sorted. Just saying. Because it's been a while. Just a cold. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if you were meaning something a bit more sinister. You know what? You. Really, really hate that it does that. You're tiling upstairs. Ooh. Fair enough. I shouldn't have finished this land bridge off. So many issues. There is actually rock under there, so it is worth mining out. Sorry, there is copper under there, so it's worth mining out, not rock. Hell of a spiteful digger. Well, the game can even run with 0% maintenance. So the maintenance is obviously for trucks, and they break down and they stop working when they get to 0 maintenance, and they will have a chance of working again even with 0 maintenance. But the big problem with the maintenance spiral is that if things get so far out of whack, if things like this, for example, which is my distillation for making diesel, if that spends too long broken down, it means the vehicles can no longer get fuel. And at no fuel, then they will stop. Properly stop. So it will become a true death spiral. We're already seeing problems with our power grid as well. We might as well do to 180. Yeah, it's a copper problem. A copper problem. Ooh, but there will be an iron problem as well. Any moment. Now that we've caught up with the backlog, and we are just mining stone. You need maintenance to make fuel. And maintenance, yes. So a maintenance thing running out isn't permanent. It does just screw things up a bit, because obviously, look, you got loads of vehicles that end up breaking down, which means you have a massive strain on resources, which means resources don't get to where they need to be on time, which then means that you get even more stuck. So there is the thing of, in the difficulty, vehicle out of fuel stops working, consumer out of maintenance stops working. It basically just has a problem. Yeah, these are really brutal settings. Don't do this. Don't do this. I mean, I've got to be honest, this ore mining yield, 75% reduced, 80% reduced deposit on the world mine. I mean, it's just unfair, especially when you're doing it as a first run. It's just stupid. I don't know why I've done this to myself. But there we go. I'm an idiot. Yeah, I think the thing that's the most problematic with this is the yield and the increased construction costs. I mean, to be fair, the increased maintenance and fuel consumption is also a killer. I've nearly died so many times to this pairing. The mixed ore sorting is absolutely not a problem. But it's this lot. Yeah. Yeah, it's rough. Don't do it. It's my advice. Not unless you've got a plan for how you're gonna get to where you need to get to quickly. Because the problem is, the longer you take on it as well, the more maintenance you use, and the more materials you use, and therefore the more time it's going to take. Therefore, the less efficient you are with your materials. Yeah, I think because I didn't know what I was doing. Oh, no, you don't. Oh, no, you don't. Oi, 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 oi. Come back. Yeah, they do. They do need less. The problem with it is, why would you go to that side? Just why? Whatever. If you get stuck there, you get stuck there. It's your own bloody fault now. Yeah, the problem I had with belts was that I couldn't make the construction materials that were required for the distances. How does the maintenance graph look? Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. The problem that I've got is that I haven't built in very good places. I may need to centralize a little more, but I have had such a small area to work with that I had to use this starting area for food. So I had to then build separately, and yeah, trucks are 33% of it. I mean, the oil rig alone is 20% nearly. I've got this patch over here. That's almost out. I've completely dried up the first patch that was like somewhere here. That went probably 300, 400 years ago. There is another oil field over here. That's got, I actually don't know how much it's got. 800,000. But it's getting over there. That is a long way. In fact, I suppose I could make a land bridge over there. I actually can't zoom out anymore either to make finding things easier. But yeah, that's the extent of the island oil. Is this diddly little patch here that's got 28,000 left. And then, yeah, admittedly this one is quite a sizable chunk, but it's getting to it. I do fortunately already have a pipe going all the way over, but it goes to the wrong place. It goes here when I'm going to need it to go here next. So I can pipe along, yeah, sure. Both end bits, I just add to it. It's not the end of the world. Right, that's got a lot of copper. A lot of mining to do, rather. Still plenty of research to build up. Okay, we've got copper. Oh, we actually have a major surplus of people. I'm going to... Housing is full. I'm going to turn that off. We just don't need it. We can turn the food consumption... Yeah, actually, we keep the food consumption down. Yeah, that's fine. So another big thing is, obviously that's $1 million for an oil rig. But at 80% reduced, or 75% reduced, whatever it is, that is brutally small. 80% reduced. So I only actually started with 200,000. Which I'm nearly through. I've got 52 years left and I'm not actually at the point where I can get the next oil rig. Because I need more construction. Now I could technically push it through, but I need that to make the next tier of materials. So I need to be making steel smelting, really. But the problem with steel smelting is that they're really expensive. Now, I also need to decide, because I can make, for example, mechanical parts out of steel. The problem with that is for 24 mechanical parts, it's either... Wait, did I do this maths wrong or something? I think I did the maths wrong. Oh, I think I really did the maths wrong. Oh, I think I got it at being more expensive to do the steel one than it was to do the iron one. No, steel is 2-to-1 iron is the problem. But yeah, I was looking, because if you look, it's 24 molten iron makes 12 molten steel. 12 molten steel then makes 12 steel, which means you get a 2 iron to 1 steel, because molten iron goes directly 1-to-1 with iron. So the problem I was having is that I'd done the maths to get to the mechanical parts, and to get 24, I think in my head I'd calculated that it would take more steel than iron, but actually it looks like it takes... Because 24 to 24 is 30 iron, which means 30 molten iron versus 24 to 12 steel. So 12 steel would be 24 molten iron, so it is actually 6 cheaper. I think I had it the other way around in my head, that it would be 6 more expensive to do the steel. Damn it. That is annoying. Oh, because I spent a lot of the last the last stream trying to work out that calculation, and then getting to the end being like, it's 6 raw iron more expensive to do the maintenance, to do the mechanical parts out of steel than it is to do it out of iron. And looking at it now, it looks like I was just backwards. Oh, that's annoying. I could have had that built last time. Oh, curses. And that would mean then I'd have the leftover steel to go into the construction parts. Because I'd have had 6 molten iron left to go into the steel. Which would then make construction... Yeah. So, I'm an idiot. I think in my head, for some reason, I had it that the steel was more expensive than the iron. I somehow got to it being 6 more expensive to do the steel than it was to do the iron, and I don't know how. I mean, if it was 12 iron for... If it was 12 iron for 12... It'd be the same, effectively, but it is actually more efficient to do the steel. And I'm so annoyed at myself. Oh, I'm connecting to chat. Sorry if I missed any messages. Well, the last one I got is, but it's 15 from Yuleem. So if you sent any more after that, my chat disconnected. So with that in mind, the fact that I calculated completely wrong, apparently, I think I'm going to start my steel design. Or was there a reason I wasn't? I don't have assembly 3, that's why. So I can't actually do my steel design anyway, so I couldn't have got it set up. I was wrong. Oh, but still, that's annoying. All caught up, good. I just wanted to check in case it had been cut off from anything you'd said, and I didn't want it to seem like I was ignoring. Oh, I can't believe how much effort I put into calculating that, and just how easily I saw it this time. But to be fair, Monday my head was not in the right place for various reasons. We are really dropping our maintenance, and I do not like it. I think we might need to get some more mining of copper directly underway. $46 in the pipe. Alrighty, I think we get... No. Cancel. I think we get edicts going again. The research. For it. So we need 1,080... So I'm going to need 108, 1080 minus, call it 300, 780 divided by 6.1, 127 lab equipment in theory. And we've got 49, 30, so that's 70 plus 15 plus 7. So we're probably at about 90-ish. Yeah, it's not too bad, I suppose. Do need copper to make a comeback, though. Oh, the irony of the copper breaking down. Oh. This is the problem with the death spirals, is that once it starts to go, it really just goes. Now that we actually have spare people, I can actually unpause a bunch of these things. Because I'm pretty sure we have a lot of things actually paused that don't need to be paused anymore. Now that we actually have spare workers, we can try and get ahead. Well, just look at that line of broken trucks. Oh, did you get yourself stuck? Eh? Did you? What a surprise. Disappointed in you. Now, don't do it again. Okay, so copper is being brought over and breaking down on the way over. Come on, make it. Oh. Yay. Oh, we're gonna start having power issues. The power plant is coming apart. See, that's the problem. Once the power starts to go, everything stops as well, because the belts need power. So belts aren't a foolproof way. Actually, the trucks are probably better in certain circumstances because they will at least start again. Whereas if the power goes, you're totally stuck. Yep, power breaking equals everything breaking, and it's not good. Not good. It's funny for everyone else. Doesn't make it good. I'm going to enable that fuel station. We'll do that as an emergency backup, but we will allow that sort of thing. Just gives a potentially closer refueling point. Are you going to get yourself stuck again? Are you? I bloody hope not. Well, either way, you've managed to finish the mining. So, you're now freed from your obligations there, because we're going to need your area for filling in dirt without spoiling everything. Is that, which way is that uneven? We're gonna... Is that dumping? No, it's mining. Actually, I suppose it doesn't matter if it's not flattened, because we're going to be filling it in with dirt anyway. So for now, we're going to do that and fill that lot in with just rubbish. General detritus. Oh, we are running low on lab equipment. Maybe I'm incorrect. I had forgotten that was a thing, if I'm completely honest. I had forgotten that it could do that. Thank you. Now, I do have my backup diesel generators over here that are sat at 100% and paused, very specifically paused, so that I can manually turn them on, and then the maintenance doesn't go down while they're paused, so that if it really comes to it, I can just flick these on and stand a chance of getting back. I've had to use these more than I'd like. But yeah, no, I had forgotten about being able to prioritize that sort of thing. So you're nearly done. No, you are idle. You can go and sit, I don't know, over there. Because once this dumping is done, you can also go and sit over there. We'll start working on another area. Oh no, we can't. I need this for a dumping zone. So we'll remove... We've already removed you. We'll remove you two. We'll stick... Which needs help? I think we'll stick one of them on copper, actually. Because copper seems to be the shortage. You broke down there. You're delivering to there. Annoying. Okay, we're still building this bridge over so that we can eventually get to the iron over there. It's far too far away. I think what I need to do is build out and dump and build out the sea a lot more, and put a processing center here. So let's do that. Let's dump into the ocean for a massive area. I mean, I was going to make this a forest, but I may just have to make it a processing center and make the other side the forest. Because I think I need to turn this into... Ooh, no. Actually, no, that's fine. Because it's not interfered here, that means it shouldn't interfere when we get to this point. Nope. Equally, that might not be the case. Yeah, basically I need to make a giant area of where I can work and build a combined area that processes the various inputs or something. I don't know, but I need to work on it regardless. Okay, that is now done. We can then keep this. Why you just stopped there? Come on. Get out of the way. So now what I can do now is I can edit this area and... Oh. Yeah, I suppose it doesn't matter too much. Exactly where the dots go. So you can build all the way up to there. And then we're going to fill this with dirt. And just have a giant dumping zone. Because we're going to build a forest. That has been the purpose of doing this. It's to build a forest over here for coal production. To give us a better, or a fighting chance of keeping up. I know it's nowhere near going to keep up, but it might help. And it is a bit of a pipe dream, to be honest. I know that. Doesn't mean I'm not going to give it a go, though. Right, and that's for dirt. Seems like I have some pudding ready. Oh, why are we dying? Blue. And no water. Oh, not good. Yes, this is where we now have a population spiral, which is then going to impact on our workers, which means then we're going to things are going to stop running. In fact, we can stop some of these. We don't need those to run. They're just taking maintenance and this, that, and that, this, that, and the other. Thinking about it, when can we do something better for electronics? We can't. There is only one way of making electronics, and I do not like it. Because it doesn't even get more efficient. It just gets faster. Okay. Right, when the ad kicks in 20 seconds, I'll just pop back. I'll just need to pop and do something real quick. Yeah, maintenance just isn't happening. Well, at least we'll have plenty of space for dumping stuff, I guess. I'll never have a problem with being able to get rid of materials. we don't need. Ooh, maintenance is working again. Right, ads have started. I'll be back in just a sec. And I'm back before the ad break ends. Right. We could really do with getting the maintenance up again. That does require copper. A little out of breath after running up and down the stairs there. Apologies, I just muted while I mixed up my pudding. Didn't want to deafen you all with the clattering of a spoon on a bowl. We are up to 44% on some vehicles, a bit more on others. Forgotten we were generating power for that. Or rather utilising power for that. Not generating it for that, but we're going to reduce the food consumption. Try and get the pop growth back once we've got the health. Still not quite there. We are starting to make more again. It's just a permanent copper problem. Right, we do still have this steel smelting to sort out. But that may have to happen after we've built this extension, which is going to suck if we have to wait that long. I can start designing it once we've got the next research sorted. Iron is starting to struggle because we're mining rock. Oh. Flee. 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 Just while the mountain collapses. Okay, we'll make one prioritize mining the rock, one prioritize mining the iron. We'll then have a chance of keeping things a bit more balanced. $420, we just need 60 more, which is going to be a tall order. 40 more. It's not one thing that's out of balance, it's another. Okay, maintenance is looking, generally speaking, better. May actually start to try and build a bit of a buffer of copper while we're slightly ahead on the electronics compared to the mechanical parts, while waiting for the iron to catch back up a bit. Use my noise. Pudding and custard. All done. Right, back to what? Back to it. As it were. Population growth can increase again. It's really interesting when we actually start tearing the mountain down up here. possibly should have mined from the top, but I don't know, I think I was just a bit done with trying to fiddle it from the top. I think I just sort of went for it, you know? Come on, iron. Send a bunch of iron through. Since that seems to be the one that we are lacking. Get another bunch of copper saved up. Oh, they can... Oh, they're not exclusive, of course. No, but I do want it to be outputting so that we have more trucks bringing it over at the same time, actually. So I'm going to do that. So we've still got a bit of a buffer, but we are able to push it out as well. Uh-oh. I didn't change these. I need these to get the maintenance as a priority. I think we're getting close to the point of making the next set of rainwater harvesters. Because 10 will mean that we're providing an average of 17 a second, which is about half of the settlement demand. Which isn't bad. Okay, copper's doing good again. Iron just kind of has little bits and pieces on this side now. It might actually be worth angling up with the iron digging. Now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, we'll do a bit of a weird dig like that. Just reduce the amount it collapses on us a little bit. Iron is starting to slowly dribble through again. Doing on the coal digging. Maybe it's time I started angling up, actually. In this direction. Like, flatten this off a bit, and then start to angle up. That's probably not a bad idea. We'll flatten that bit off. And then we'll somehow... get it like that, I guess. I don't know, I'll do that. So we've got a 2x2. And then start climbing? Maybe? Yeah, we'll do something like that. Okay, maintenance is starting to come through a little bit. Obviously, we're still down. Welcome to the chat room, the Epic Adventure Digging. I don't know about epic. Certainly an adventure. This dumping over here is going to take a very long time because we're not actually digging up dirt at the moment, and we've got a lot of dirt over here. Well, we've got some dirt over here stored. But to dig through that is going to take a bit of effort. Copper is tapering off. Oh, that's why. They got themselves stuck. They delved a little too far. Yes, the goat diggers. That is a pretty good description of them. There's just a load of trucks doing nothing over here. Because there's nothing to actually do. See, that's the thing. With this setup that I've got, it goes very quickly from very little happening to all of a sudden everything needs to happen at the same time. And there's very little in between. Ooh, 480. 180. Up you go. We can at least unlock that oil rig. I mean, we do have a coal mine, but we need the next tier of construction parts. And again, that coal mine won't last for very long, probably. happened there? Here's the weird indent. Oh, cargo delivered to oil rig. Let me guess, 200,000 again. Yeah, 200,000. Years left, 277 years. Oh dear. It's not a lot. It's really not a lot. And then once that's gone, we are doomed. Or close to being doomed. Boost that and burn through a bit of the... Get some research done. We can disable that boost. Because that has now caught up. Rendering it a little bit useless. I need to get the steel one up and running. For that I need the research. So I think... Yeah, I think we're going to pause the production of vehicle parts. And we're just going to allow research to be done. %. Yeah, I think I've horribly miscalculated. But that says it's... One makes one. What maths did I do before? Oh. I don't know why, but I divided 780 by 6.1, which was 127, which is just flat out wrong. Times 6, so it should be 767. Research lab equipment. I had the maths wrong. That's what's going on. I need 767, not 700. I needed 767 rather than 780 odd. At the time I did the calculation. Obviously now it's a different situation, but yeah. Might stick the spare digger on the iron for a bit. Tell it to prioritise iron ore. Are you free? Yes, you are. Okay, the staging area is set. They're going to start digging up soon. Oh, I shouldn't have dumped all of this here. I should have just gone straight into the ocean with it. But I was being wishful. I was having wishful thinking. Thinking I could get away with not dumping it all. Oh, how wrong I was. I should have just dumped it from the start. Hey ho, never mind. Maintenance is at least back to where it needs to be. We're still doing a good job of burning through, making coal from here. It's giving us a little bit of a boost to the coal. Which actually means that we're producing just shy of half of our coal from wood, which I'm actually very happy with. This forest is actually doing its job. It's reducing the load on the coal significantly. Huh. We need to get this forest up and running as soon as possible then, I think. Okay, the maintenance is almost at the point where we don't need to make more maintenance except for topping it up. Hello there, Harum. The mining missing yield is showing again. Yeah, it really is. How's it going, Harum? Well, actually, to be fair, Liam, the difference... So, like there, I've made 20 coal, or whatever the thing is, 20 units of coal through burning trees to make coal, which is a more renewable source. The more I can get renewable, the better for me. Good. We are kind of surviving. We've had a few close calls. Oh, ad break. Sorry. Well, if you get ad breaks, that is. think I don't want to... I don't want to care about vehicle parts anymore. Don't need to know wood. I don't even need to know about potatoes. Don't need cement. I do need... what is it I need? We've already got steel on there. There was something I was specifically going to add. What was I going to add? I can't remember what I was going to add. So what you ended up doing was throwing all sorters into the quarries. Because if you do that, the trucks with clean load don't need to actually sort. They drop off directly into storage. And anyway, into sorters was cut short, but it is more power maintenance. If I understand correctly, you put this sorting plant directly in the quarry. Right. Yeah, the only reason I didn't do that is because I didn't... there was more for me to dig up underneath, and I needed it set up. So I get what you mean. What that has made me think is it might be worth bottoming it out at one end, getting one of these in and then belting out, which I'm assuming is what you did. Gets better once you get medium trucks and expand the island. Aha! So I have started expanding the island. And I do have a very large expansion project that's being worked on gradually. The main problem at the moment... Oh, I remembered what I was going to put in. Damn it, I've forgotten. What was it? I was going to add something. Lab equipment. That was it. God, my memory. Yeah, I'm expanding the island now. I wish I'd done it with all of this material, to be fair. This was a waste of effort. Same with this. I should have just expanded it straight away, because this area I'm going to be expanding so that I can make a giant forest over here that will make enough coal for generally everything. This side is going to be for actual processing of things. So I'm going to rebuild my iron and my copper and introduce smelting for steel as well, and other things, and actually have it a bit of a better setup. But what I may do is have my sorters still near the mining areas, and then just belt everything over to where it needs to go. It's going to take a lot of resources to do that, unfortunately, and I've very cleverly blocked this one in because I was short on space. So yeah. I'm thinking more rainwater harvesters. Then it will actually be 17, an average of 17 water a second, which will be about half of what the settlement needs, without me having to actually do anything. Oh, the settlement is needing more. What is going on with the health? Oh, flu. So you need height 2 for shipping. Usually just fill to height 1, then add dirt layer, but do a 1 tile rock layer around the outside so you don't lose dirt. So that is kind of what I was planning to do. I was initially planning to drop... Well, this is currently at 1. I was building it at 1 so that I could build a big forest over here. So, depending on how difficult it is to actually get this side going, serious problem with workers, to get that side going with forest and dirt, I was going to potentially change it to over here. And if it was fine with that side being the forest, this side would become, I'd add another layer to it. So that I could then use it for shipping. Because at the minute, yeah, this bit can't be used for shipping. This bit can, because that's 2, but then there's a ramp here. Yeah. Probably also don't have a ton of groundwater. No. The groundwater is permanently low. Like at 11%. This has been 11. Yeah, it's been struggling for ages. Because part of the problem is we're having to steal from the groundwater to refill that, and occasionally refill this. But this at the moment is using seawater and coal, which is horribly inefficient to make water. What I really want is the cooling towers, so that when we do this, we can recycle the steam. Again, that's a long time away. Remember, everything is your starter base until it has been there for over 100 years. Well, at this point, this is not my starter base. Far from it. We have 43 years left on that one. And then another 277 on that one. So I'm very concerned that we're going to run out of fuel. So there is a part of me that wants to get this stuff up and running, the anaerobic digester, to get fuel gas going. Yeah, and we're going to have a worker problem again. Oh yeah, I definitely want cooling towers, but they are still quite a way off, because I've still got to go through construction before I can get water recovery. But construction 3 is really expensive, so I'm getting the edicts to get the research efficiency to make it 15% more efficient when I get research available. Like when I get the lab equipment available. Because that's just going to make it all much more efficient to actually progress. Because at the minute, oh gosh, it takes so much. It takes so much. Boost you for a bit. Just because I do want the research to really be going. I know it means we're going to eat through our iron for a bit, but, you know, worth it to get our research that little bit closer, a little bit quicker. Another problem is our water pollution. We're polluting the water so much with all of this. Like this sour water, or brine, or whatever it is, I think counts. It's polluted water. Oh no. Okay, brine doesn't count. It's the sour water that does, which comes from our fuel production. Getting distillation and sour water going for rubber fuel and steam production is great to have. Yeah, I got that the wrong way around. It's the sour water. So I've got the distillations and sour water going for fuel, and we got it just in the nick of time because we were in a death spiral as this was building, if I'm not mistaken, to do with fuel. We were in a fuel death spiral while we were trying to sort out our fuel distillation. And we just about managed to get it going. You know what, that's okay that that's all turned off and at low priority. Because we don't need both sides going at the moment. And then do we get another set building? It's tempting. You don't need to be boosted anymore. So I might boost you. Just so we get through the research. Heavy oil to steam is very efficient, then light oil to steam, prioritise the production and excess goes to turbines. So what I've got going at the minute is light oil to steam with a prioritizer where the lower priority goes to burn so that it keeps running, high priority to that. Then the heavy oil gets burnt as well. Gets turned into steam. Technically has has an output for burning off as well, but never needs it because I'm using it for sending the ship rather than using diesel. Because otherwise, what I was finding was that my heavy oil was not being used up enough in the boiler, and I was getting an overflow of heavy oil and it was just being burnt off anyway. So I figured, well, I may as well use the heavy oil, and I've had no problems since. I've always had this 120 left over, and the rest going into this, and I've had no problems. It's been great. Flare tower should be on the income side of the tank as it will fill the tank before burning excess, otherwise it will run too much. So that's what this balancer is for. I mean, it's kind of hidden, but it's got the input from the tank coming in there. It's got a priority out which goes to this boiler to make steam, and then it has a low priority out to flare. So it'll only flare if that is full, because the steam is full. At the moment, at least. And then this heavy oil has been paused for the last 400 years or whatever it is. 300 years, I don't know. Since it was built, basically. It's there as an emergency thing. And this flare is only if this is backed up. Because that will output to belts if it's above 180. Because I wanted to keep some back, just in case. So that we can force it through to the boiler if we get a sudden downturn of steam or something. So there is logic behind it. And then this is using heavy oil rather than, you know. I actually can't remember how to change the fuel. Oh, there. Select fuel diesels. So I could select diesel, but I may as well use the heavy oil rather than sending it to flare. You need an emergency? Here I am. What can you do? Well, I'm trying to avoid emergencies, to be quite honest, Chick-fil-A, so please don't give me any emergencies. Oh, we can unload that crew. That will help. Massively, actually. I forgot about them. Yeah. I really don't need an emergency. I'm causing all of the problems regardless at this stage. Do we need to dig a little deeper over this side? We do a little bit. Concrete gives it something to do. Why not? There's going to be a lot of traffic over here eventually. We may as well get ahead on the concreting now. Where do we stand? Okay, so we're digging through this now. I'm going to do that and just kind of hope for the best. Yeah, we need dirt. Fairly badly. Oh, we're down some people. Oh, you don't need to be on. Iron is looking really good, so we can boost you so that we get more mechanical parts that we can use for research. That is at 57%. Ooh, I think I might need this. Gravel, compost and dirt. We have compost. Ooh. Fertilizer. See, I actually don't know what benefit fertilizer actually gives. Wrong one. Blah blah blah. Here we go. Farmers' biggest dream of fertilizers. They can increase the soil fertility beyond the natural equilibrium value, some even beyond 100%. To use fertilizers, connect a pipe carrying fertilizer to the farm. Drag the fertility target slider to the desired level. The farm will automatically fertilize the soil to that level. Note that each fertilizer type has its own maximum fertilization limit, which is displayed in the fertilizers UI overview UI. Sure. Yep, I will deal with that later. Okay, we can boost you again now. I should have stopped a little earlier there, but I didn't. Yeah, we're going to be kind of skimming below the surface, above the surface. No, yeah, skimming below the surface of where we've already dug, but it's fine. It's fine. Right, we're just going to leave that iron doing that. Got 2 of these machines working. And a 3rd one ready to work if we get the population. These research things are just pumping out, actually. So we can afford, I think, to get the other lab going, that we can try and get edicts done quickly. Oh, we can use animal feed in the boiler instead of coal. So we can grow wheat. That's another way of getting more renewable source than coal. So we don't have to burn coal every now and again. If we pause that, what happens? Our power, do we actually just do better off because we're not burning that light oil in the flare? Is it actually just a better way of doing it? Ah, it is until... It is a better way of doing it until we actually fill up on diesel. Mining priority copper, rock, and copper. Okay, cool. Actually, no, we'll go 2 on rock, 1 on copper, because then we can get a steady flow of copper, but we can be making progress through the rock. Wow. We are absolutely maxed out on the research. I like it. I like that that's the case. We'll get enough to be able to do another excavator should we need to. And while we are slightly backed up with the iron, we're going to allow 2 more rainwater harvesters. To be built. Food is actually doing really, really well. And we're going to be able to finish our research. Health is a problem again. We have a serious water pollution problem. How do we deal with it? I think the way we deal with it is by growing more and converting it to fuel gas. And using fuel gas for diesel instead of oil. Because if we can get to a renewable system, which is incredibly unlikely, but if we can, that's going to take a massive burden off us. Especially when this is down to 39 years. Okay. I'm starting to have thoughts. What? Whoa, 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 whoa. To the power. Ah, that's what happened to that. So we do need we do need the boiler to remain on. Oh, and they need power. Oop. Oops. Now I remember what that boiler is there for. The exact thing happened that I said, well, if this happens, we're a little stuck. Okay. 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 Where... Oh, you're dealing with this. Right, let's start digging up a little bit. In both. The problem is we're going to dig flat. I don't particularly care. We're going to dig flat. Way back to there. All the way back to there. And then, because this is just a secondary coal thing, we can afford to be a bit slower actually getting through to it. If if and you know what I'm meaning. I'm also going to flatten that out a little bit as well because I don't like it. Actually, you know what? There's absolutely no point me not setting the whole thing to be mined, because it's all going to be mined at some point. No point me waiting and doing a little bit at a time, because it's not like I'm not going to do anything fancy with this to get it mined. I'm just going to mine it at the same level. He says nearly doing it at the wrong level. We're just going to carve our way through this. Blah. Oh yeah, and then that was as big an area for mining as we could do. Yeah, that's fine. That'll just work its way through. It's going to be a hell of a dig. Burn excess oils to steam to power your base. So that's what I'm trying to do. It's just that if the diesel catches up, which it does do, I'm then not producing extra oil. So the extra oil is primarily going to it, and it does have a priority input. So it'll use the coal only if these boilers aren't able to produce. Oh, where are you going? Are you going there? Okay. I didn't realise you were still taking water there, to be fair. Why has... Oh, there was a tiny one bit on each bit. Right. Huh. It's going to be mildly annoying if it's there again. Get some... Oh, there goes the edict. Which is good because... Ooh, actually that is good because it means we can also not have to deal with the disease as badly anymore. Okay, first things first. I think we need to go for construction. And then potentially... recycling? Wait, no, hang on. Wait, what? How do you... So you can get the recyclables, but then how do you do anything with them? You crack them... Oh, and then the waste sorting plant does actually... Ah, right. So just by getting that, it makes a difference. I'm very, very tempted to try and push for that really quickly, because then we can get recyclables from research as well. And I'm really tempted to go for the recycling really quickly, because it'll then help our limited iron and copper a lot more. But at the same time, I don't know if that's the best move. It might not be. I think it probably is the best move. Definitely going for construction 3. Maybe then don't get me wrong, large vehicles would be nice. Capacity of 60 rather than 20. But we would need glass, and glass would need 2 more. Along with glass mixes made, salt. So we need a lot more things to get to large vehicles. And the other option as well is we just go construction 3 and then just go water recovery, so that we can recycle our water a bit better from the power, because the power at the moment is eating a lot of water. Ooh, the research efficiency 2 would be very nice, actually, straight away. Increased by 25% instead of 15. But I think it's going to be worth construction. Okay, definitely construction 2. 15% straight away. Population. Do we have an ongoing disease? No. I think we're just going to have to do a health boost. Pop growth. We may have to do a food. An increase of food use. And we can probably do a decrease of I don't know. Okay, I do like that though. That is nice. And then we can start construction 2. Construction 3. Which is going to use 2,160. So clear that. 2,160 divided by 7 times 6. So we're actually going to use 1,851. I think. Instead of 2,160. So we are saving 300-ish. research units. Right. We actually have quite a lot of benefits, which is good. What's not so good is a lack of coal. Huh? Huh? Oh. It's just straight up outside the area at this point. Yoop. Yoop. Wondered why it had stopped. Get digging! I think I will set digging over there. Well, all the trucks have got to come back now. Okay, good to do another... Oh, we're already in the process. Oh, we're actually a bit low on wood, it turns out. We don't need trucks to keep it full. Since that's burning our excess wood anyway, it doesn't really matter that if it's taken from there. Okay, that's still going. Not actually done much dumping for a while over there, have we? Oh, that's because we're dumping over here. I mean, I guess I'm okay with actually. Yes, I want to make progress this way towards the iron, but it is a little bit less pressing since I do have this patch. I guess. Yeah, it's fine. So let's get even more water allowed to be passed through, just as it says water resource getting low. Water resource is out, actually. It's just completely out. We actually need to pause both of those fluid tanks. Give it a chance to recoup some of the losses. And we're basically done with the concreting up there. I think we're going to concrete possibly this strip of path, since they're going up and down there a lot. Maybe? Not really sure what's best. No, but 31%, 134, 34%, 134 on the pickups. Oh, we're down 12 workers and we are actually at capacity of people, so where do we not have workers? We don't have workers there. We don't have workers there. Oh, well, that's fine. We may as well pause these anyway. Do these take workers? No, they don't. Good. What else can we pause? Ah. Limestone has got itself stuck. And because there isn't going to be another digger, yeah, it's just going to be easier to recover it. Because otherwise I'm going to have to monitor it and... Oh, weirdly that one didn't retain its information that it stays there, like the coal one did. How peculiar. Wood is doing fine. Research is dropping. We knew that would happen. Iron is struggling. Because we had to dig into the side of the mountain. But the iron should be soon starting to come back online a bit. Cut out those ones. Can't really see it. Yeah, just so that there is a ridge at the top to stop it falling down into there. Just act as a bit of a barrier. Good. Good. 35 years still. Oh, I mustn't have been running the speed very fast. Oh, edicts are fine. Steel smelting, we're just waiting on this next research before we rebuild anything. Because there's no point getting the steel up and running until we know what we're doing with it. So like steel consumed in a lot of things. Definitely construction parts 3, so we're definitely going to need to feed it into that. We're also going to need to feed it into household goods. Construction parts. Ooh, is it more efficient? So it's going to be Ah, I'm just going to do it again, isn't it? It's 12. It was the construction parts that was less efficient from an iron point of view, not mechanical parts. That's that's what I'd got wrong. So it costs 6 more. Wait, 24. Yeah, costs 6 more raw iron to make it with steel, but it costs less wood and less concrete slabs. Fewer concrete slabs. Hello, Zaroff85. Steel actually replaces iron in the game. Well, I know that it's used in alternate recipes, but if you look at the 24 to 24 conversion, it's 18 iron versus 12 steel, and the amount of iron that's used in steel is 2 to 1, so it's actually 24 iron versus 18 iron, so the iron is actually more efficient for construction parts at the moment. So with the settings that I'm on, I am incredibly I'm better off going for the iron version and taking the hit on the wood and the concrete, because it's just better for me. Well, these are the smelting recipes, aren't they? Oh, wait, hang on. It's the same conversion though, isn't it? Because it's 48 to 24, so it's still 2 to 1. Isn't it? So the conversion rate stays the same. It's just faster. It's definitely faster. But it's still the same conversion rate. No. To be fair, this is the first time I'm getting to steel. So that's why I'm trying to work it out. So if I am wrong, so be it. I'm quite happy to be told otherwise. But as far as I understand it, at least for the construction parts, it's more efficient. It's not as fast, it's more efficient to go for the iron option in terms of actual iron usage. It's less efficient for wood and it's less efficient for concrete slabs, but for the iron, which is the resource I'm going to be struggling with, it's going to be more efficient, I think. Just so you know as well, I'm on, every setting is on the hardest it can be. So 75% reduced yield, 80% reduced world mine deposits, construction costs are doubled, research is 400%, everything's the worst it can be. So I'm very conscious of efficiency, so trying to be efficient with my iron. This is also my first proper playthrough, and this is the furthest I've got, so I may be wrong on bits, and we've been in a constant spiral of resources. In fact, we're about to be in another coal spiral, so I need to try and head that off sooner rather than later. Also, welcome in. So yeah, I'm quite happy for insight. And I will talk through my logic as well, if that makes sense. That's actually full, with a bit stored. Ooh. Not terrible. Which says to me that we're getting close on our water project. So we've got 10, 16. We'd need those 4 and these 2 done, I think. It might have been more efficient in an earlier patch, maybe. Or it might just be that it's showing wrong or something. It might have rebalanced. Ooh, the research has definitely dwindled. Well, I suppose that makes sense. We are using it. But we are going to have to turn off our researching pretty soon. So that one's done. This one is almost done. We had a bit of a dip. Why did we have a bit of a dip? Oh, we had a bit of a dip because of the iron. That was it. We just didn't have enough iron available. We're actually going to start digging into that as well. Oh, I'm actually going to snooze that ad break. Right, you're out of research as well. We're going to stop that, and we are also going to turn off research efficiency while we're not using research, because it then saves on Unity. We might as well turn that one on while we're basically at max. And then the population one, quite happy to keep that one on, because then we can keep our people. We can turn off the food consumption. Pop growth is irrelevant and it's not happening because we're already at max. I'm actually quite happy with the balance we've got here. I'm going to keep the yield one off because we are having a problem with groundwater. And I'm going to turn that on because we now have that water edict to reduce the water consumption. It might actually allow us to balance out. Might. I feel like we've actually made quite a decent amount of progress in this particular section of the playthrough. No, that's right, I need to bump that back up a little. Coal. Struggling again. Yeah, we know why. Right, can we get these two on as well? Get that built. And what might be worth doing is feeding down to 29. 29 at 1.7. Actually, it might be worth branching that off so that it can go into here, so that we can start to potentially use less coal getting seawater. So we have it come down and then priority back up and out. Ah, no, wait. That will. I'm gonna have to have another pipe. A pipe connector, pipe balancer, because I want it to. I want it to only go down if it's full on the outside. Yeah, I think I just need a pipe balancer up top. We'll borrow this truck. You have to go to the seabed. Good night, good flight, good fight. Good night, Shikaloi. Thank you for being around. As I say, I think we've actually made a decent amount of progress today. Now that I've just jinxed it as well. I think we can do that fairly safely. Stick a pipe balancer in. Can't find valid pillars placement. Or is that one too high or something? Do that, then we can do that, do that, do that. Priority out to there, priority in there. Cool. That is actually an improvement, I think, because it will still fill up the settlement first, because priority out, but then any excess will get filtered into the system so that we don't have to use the coal to make water from seawater, meaning that we're actually being more efficient, or more effective with our coal, efficient with our coal, I guess. I mean, I have no idea how much water we're actually using. I should probably check that. Water. Total consumption, total production. So we're consuming about 280 odd. Mining? Farming. So the... Right, so it must be settlement and farming are negative. Oh yeah, sorry, I missed the plus. So if I get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. We are mining, aka the groundwater, a lot. 200 out of 272, which means we're doing 72 by water. By rain, rather. Or other methods. I don't know what this counts as, actually. Does this count as mining? Might count as mining. I'm not actually sure. What I do know is that we are out of iron again. Oh, we can stop mining that. Now that we've got rid of that top layer, we can start to tackle that bit. All of that. We actually don't even need to do that one, because soon we are going to be taking it down another layer. But I want the diggers to leave this upper area first. And the trucks. I knew that would happen. I just knew it. Why? Why'd you have to do that? Get down, you silly thing. Alright, well, one of them's stuck up there now. Like an idiot. Why did they do that? Whatever. It'll figure itself out. Right, the research is building again. Slowly. Or it was for a bit. It's been steady for a little while. Concrete is done. Wherever I told it to do concrete, I actually can't remember. Because I know we did that, but then there was somewhere else. Maybe? Maybe there wasn't. I'm not sure. Oh no, I was going to tell it to do this bit, and then decided against it. It's 29. We're using 8 of these, so... No, sorry, 18 of them. So we're actually technically producing slightly more on average than we're consuming in the settlement. So this pipe should be filling up eventually. I'm actually going to pop that down. Because it should start to fill itself without any outside input. And I want to see it happen. Well, I want it to happen, rather. More rain. Okay, it is coming through. But it's being used faster than it's coming through. Ish. No, it is slowly filling. Okay. And actually, that water storage is possibly not going to be enough. We might need a second one at this rate. Just for the buffering of the water. We're going to use it quick enough. It's just, are we going to be able to keep collecting quick enough? I think we are, actually. Yeah, because they're all emptied. They're all emptied. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. It's all good. Is this doing the maintenance? It's doing okay. We are making more research as well. I think we are doing all right. On the whole. And actually, once we dig this down to a level, we can actually use that as a route instead. What level does that need to get? That only needs to get one more level, to be fair. Then we can start just going through there. So I might actually just dig through, to be honest. It is tempting. But no, I'll let it do its thing over that side. Although it would be a shortcut. We'll do that. See if they will... See if they will dig through. And that should give them a shorter journey. We are actually pulling iron from that as well, weirdly. Oh, that's filled up quite nicely, actually. How's the water looking? The water is looking good, and it is backed up in the pipe. Which is always a good thing. Be worth adding another tank here, where this feeds into it, and then it feeds out of that tank to go into there instead. Or as another output from this one, there's a secondary output. It is a water tank that then will loop back in. Maybe? No, it seems like a bad idea. I think it is working though, because these aren't doing anything. Yeah, I think another another tank that feeds in, that can act as a buffer. Isn't going to be a bad idea. No more. Ooh, the maintenance is dropping. Right, I'm actually going to leave it there because I need to go to bed myself. We'll deal with the maintenance dropping because of the iron next time. We've had a very nice sort of fixing of certain instabilities, shall we say. I'm also very happy with the water that's coming online, because the less we have to use that is made from coal, the better we'll be. Coal is also about to be submerged, but whatever. We're also making our way through the iron. Let me just quickly do something before, so that I don't forget it next time. Oh, how do you... There was a thing that you could do to get rid of... That was it. And it just gets rid of the pipe structure. The pipe support, rather. So, that said, see you later. So if you've been watching on YouTube, thank you very much if you've made it this far. It's a Herculean effort. Consider leaving a subscribe if you have made it this far, and a thumbs up, like, and comment, whatever the usual call to our action stuff is. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye, YouTube.